Madrid and Barcelona are famous the world over for El Clásico, but do you know the other fierce battles that really raise the temperature at the domestic level? Real Madrid and FC Barcelona are two of the biggest clubs in world football. When they clash, football fans across the globe stop what they are doing and watch. Related items worth your time. Top 10 Greatest Derbies in World Football. River Plate v Boca Juniors. 6 of the Super Clásico's biggest icons. Bayern vs Madrid, European football's great rivalry. La Liga's greatest derbies. The aforementioned rivalry is rarely far from the conversation about the biggest derbies across the globe, but Spanish football is home to several others. Let's take a quick look inside the current La Liga Santander and uncover a few. 1. Real Madrid vs Barcelona. Okay. As Wev said, this is big, and not just in Spain. Over the years El Clásico has driven numerous narratives, from the viewpoint of success and one-upmanship, from the highest of high-profile players competing against each other, from the boardroom and the world of sponsorship and marketing, and from the fan bases that often lead with their hearts well before they consider their heads. Full screen. Then there are the political and historical divides that have influenced these feelings that can push on to hatred. You'll be wanting to read Sid Lowe's Fear and Loathing in La Liga for more on this. On one hand, the likes of Di Stefano, Ronaldo, Figu, Iker, Cristiano, and Ramos. On the other, Maradona, Ronaldinho, Henry, Xavi, Iniesta, and Messi. The pitch has had some of the greatest ever talent on show to add to everything else that this duel brings with it. 2. Sevilla vs Real Betis. We may have already covered the so-called big one in Spain, but those close to this Andalusian derby put up a pretty convincing argument for their own being a fiercer and more passionate affair. The gorgeous city of Seville can get unbearably hot during the summer months, but no matter what time of the year it is, the derby between Sevilla and Betis tends to reach a boiling point. El Gran Derby, as it's known, brings together a sea of color as fans in red and white engage with those in green and white, COVID limiting this in recent months. It's no wonder that Colin Miller titled his book about this rivalry The Frying Pan of Spain, in which he delves into life in Andalusia and how it comes together with the football of these two historic institutions. As he says, this is a pulsating and arresting experience which encapsulates the beautiful game in all its raw, spellbinding brilliance and proves that there is so much more to Spanish football than Barcelona and Real Madrid. 3. Real Madrid vs Atletico Madrid. While El Clásico gets the global attention, in Spain, and especially in its capital city, there is a much more local rivalry to make or break a fan's mood for a considerable period. No other city can lay claim to having had 2 Champions League finals all to itself. Nor has any other had clubs face each other in 2 semi-finals. This is a domestic niggle that has spread onto the continental stage. Madrid and Atletico first played each other in Europe's last 4 back in 1959. Speaking volumes for a rivalry that has survived the passage of time and is unlikely to ever die. In recent years, Barcelona have cut across this struggle between near neighbors to become Real's prime obsession, but it'll have bounced back and the age-old rivalry has been experiencing chapter after riveting chapter, with Zidane and Xavi unwriting their names into folklore. No matter what is said elsewhere, for many around the capital, there is no substitute for the intensity of this local match. Up 4. Athletic Bilbao vs Real Sociedad. A Basque derby between Athletic Bilbao and Real Sociedad is worth it just for the tourism, coronavirus permitting. Of course, Bilbao and San Sebastián, the Basque country's 2 largest cities, may not be a guarantee of good weather, but they are both a delight, particularly for foodies. 2 of Spain's oldest clubs, Athletic and La Real, shared an early 80s period of dominance in which they won 4 straight La Liga titles between them, but they have rather struggled for silverware since then. Athletic lifted their last major trophy in 1984. The Currents came 4 years later. In a bid to compete, La Real dropped their policy of only signing Basques in 1989. Athletic, meanwhile, have kept theirs to this day. For Bilbaínos, this brings with it a feeling of superiority over their neighbors for not having sold out, particularly as, all the while, they have remained one of just 3 clubs, together with Madrid and Barca, never to have been relegated from La Liga. It may be over 30 years since Athletic or Villarreal won a top trophy, but that's about to change, because their rivalry is due for one of its most thrilling chapters yet, when they face off in a coronavirus-delayed, all-Basque 2020 Copa del Rey final. Given a Derby Cup final is as much about the fans as the game itself, it has been delayed until supporters can be in attendance, and is now slated for April 2021. Of course, we've only captured a little of the essence that adds so much character and competition to the Spanish leagues here. More rivalries can be discovered around the rest of this magnificent country, like that in Galicia between Deportivo and Celta Vigo, Onoso Derby, or the derby in Catalonia where Espanyol try to better their more illustrious regional neighbors, while reminding those from further afield that not all Catalans think the same about the nation. Our advice to any lover of football, as soon as possible, go and experience as many of them as possible.